Welcome to IQD DINAR News, your go-to source for the latest updates on currency exchange rates, revaluation news, and insights into the Iraqi dinar. Stay informed and ahead of the curve with our timely analysis and breaking developments. China's economic situation was undergoing significant transformation. China was experiencing rapid industrialization and becoming increasingly integrated into the global economy, following decades of isolation and state-controlled economic policies. As part of this process, the Chinese government tightly managed the value of its currency, the yuan, also called the renminbi, as a way to maintain control over its economic growth and international trade competitiveness. At this time, speculation about the potential revaluation of the yuan was likely rampant, particularly among foreign investors, global financial institutions, and traders. China had maintained a fixed or semi-fixed exchange rate regime for its currency, meaning that the government exerted direct control over the yuan's value relative to other currencies. This was done to ensure that China's exports remained affordable in global markets, providing a significant advantage for the country's booming manufacturing sector. A low yuan value meant that Chinese goods were cheaper for foreign buyers, leading to an increase in exports, which was a key driver of China's rapid economic expansion. In contrast, a rise in the value of the yuan would make Chinese exports more expensive for international buyers, potentially slowing down demand for these goods, the Chinese economy, and lead to capital flight or financial instability. Against this backdrop, any hint or rumor that the Chinese government was considering raising the value of the yuan would have attracted significant attention from investors, traders, and analysts. Market speculation could lead to increased volatility in the currency markets, as investors might rush to buy the yuan in anticipation of its appreciation. This sudden influx of capital could cause rapid fluctuations in the currency's value, making it harder for the government to maintain control over its exchange rate. In this context, the Chinese government's decision to place a full-page ad in their newspaper, explicitly denying any plans to raise the value of the yuan, can be seen as a deliberate attempt to manage market expectations. By publicly stating that there were no imminent plans to revalue the currency, the government may have hoped to calm speculative fervor and prevent the yuan from appreciating too quickly in the short term. The role of government communication in managing financial markets is crucial, particularly in countries with tightly controlled economies like China. In market-driven economies, the value of currencies fluctuates based on supply and demand, but in China's case, the government exerts considerable influence over the yuan's value. This means that even a small signal or piece of news can lead to significant market reactions. The government likely aimed to maintain stability in the financial markets and prevent a speculative bubble from forming around the yuan. This approach is not unique to China. Governments and central banks around the world often use public statements, press releases, and other forms of communication to influence market expectations and guide investor behavior. In some cases, these statements are meant to signal future policy moves. It raises the question of whether the government's denial was sincere, or whether it was part of a broader strategy to manage the revaluation process in a controlled and gradual manner. It's possible that the Chinese government always intended to raise the yuan's value, but wanted to do so in a way that minimized market disruption and speculation. By denying the revaluation initially, the government may have hoped to reduce the speculative frenzy and then implement a small, controlled increase in the currency's value once the market had calmed down. Another possibility is that the government's decision to raise the yuan's value was influenced by factors that emerged after the newspaper ad was published. Currency values are influenced by a wide range of factors, including trade balances, inflation rates, foreign exchange reserves, and international market conditions. It's possible that the Chinese government initially had no intention of raising the yuan's value but was forced to do so in response to changing economic conditions or external pressures. A gradual revaluation would allow the government to test the market's reaction and make adjustments if necessary. By raising the currency's value in small steps, rather than a single large move, the government could avoid causing a sharp decline in export competitiveness or triggering other negative economic effects. This cautious approach reflects the broader strategy that China has often employed in managing its economic reforms: gradual, incremental changes that allow the government to maintain control and stability. The fact that the yuan rose in value shortly after the denial might also suggest that the government was walking a fine line between managing market expectations and maintaining its broader economic goals, which had long accused China of keeping its currency artificially low to boost exports. In summary, the situation you describe reflects the complex interplay between government policy, market speculation, and currency management. The Chinese government's decision to publicly deny plans for a currency revaluation, followed by a small increase in the yuan's value just days later, highlights the challenges that governments face in managing currency values in a globalized economy. Gradual revaluation while minimizing market disruption. This episode serves as a reminder of the power that government communication can have in influencing market behavior, particularly in countries where the government exerts significant control over the economy. It also underscores the importance of careful, strategic management of currency values in a globalized world, where even small changes in exchange rates can have far-reaching economic consequences. In the context of China's broader economic trajectory, this episode is a small but telling example of how the country has navigated the complexities of its transition from a state-controlled economy to a more market-driven one. China's rise as a global economic power has been marked by careful, deliberate reforms, and its management of the yuan's value is just one aspect of this larger story. The decision to raise the yuan's value by a small increment, despite initially denying any such plans, reflects the cautious and pragmatic approach that has characterized China's economic policy over the past several decades. At the same time, this story also illustrates the broader dynamics of international finance and the role that currency values play in global trade. For countries like China, which are heavily reliant on exports, maintaining a competitive exchange rate is crucial for economic growth. However, as economies grow and evolve, the pressures to adjust currency values in response to changing economic conditions become harder to ignore. The tension between maintaining a low currency to boost exports and raising the currency's value to reflect economic realities is a challenge that many countries face, and China's experience in the 1990s is just one example of this broader dynamic. In conclusion, the story of China's decision to deny plans to raise the yuan's value, followed by a small revaluation just days later, offers a fascinating glimpse into the complexities of currency management, government communication, and market speculation. It highlights the delicate balance that governments must strike between maintaining stability and responding to changing economic conditions, as well as the power that government statements can have in shaping market behavior. This episode is a reminder that in the world of international finance, even small actions can have significant consequences, and that managing a currency's value is a complex, dynamic process that requires careful consideration and strategic planning. Thanks for tuning in to IQD Dinar News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more updates on the Iraqi dinar and global currency trends. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.